Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and I am back again. I do apologize, and usually that was short, but I got a ride, so I already know I'm out here working at the same time. So, other than that, yeah, John, sorry about that. I know you're out there working on the farm and things, which is really great. Yeah, so and then everyone else as well. All is welcome. So we're about to get started. So as you can see, you see what the topic says today. The topic is in regards to do do I think or do you think that the Dems are behind trying to divide up MAGA, trying to break MAGA and things, and that's the question. Do many of you think that the Dems are trying to break up MAGA? That is the question, and we're going to talk about it. Do we think that the Dems are responsible for trying to break up MAGA? Now, you heard the topics that has been going on for the past few days and things. So it was a statement that Vervick basically said on X, and I read it. I wasn't offended by it at all. I don't know about many others that were offended, but I wasn't offended about the post that he made and things. So I don't know where they are getting that from, being offended. But we're going to talk about it though. But first, before we even dive in on Vervick, I want to ask you guys: do many of you were you offended that regards to what Vervick had to say in regards to the post? Because he made the post, he made that post on X, and it was in regards to about Americans not being able to do the job in so many words. But I want to hear from you guys. You guys, let me know what you think. Yeah, what you think in regards to that. Regards to the statement that Vervick had to say. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and log into my X account, and it just be one moment. I'm gonna go ahead and log in here because I want to pull up the statement that Vervick made. Let me see here. Okay, here it goes right here. All right, I'm signing in right now. Yeah, so it was a statement that Vervick made. Let me see if I can find it. All right, let's see here. I just want to know, have any of you guys offended about what Vervick had to say in regards to the statement? Because I commented on it, and I agreed with him. Actually, I agreed with Vervick and things, because I don't think that America is producing um, smart people in this country anymore. I really don't. And if I'm wrong, I'm welcome for people to have me. If you want to share your opinion, you're more welcome to do so. Yeah, you're more welcome to do so. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. If you got something to say or anything, I just want to know, were you guys upset with the post that Vervick made on X? And that is the question. And we're going to talk about it as soon as I can find it, though. Vervick, let's see here. Let's see if I can find that post. All right, see if I can find it here. Because I made that comment on what Vervick had to say. Um, okay, Jen Twin, hi, it's me, Miss G. Miss G, how you doing, Miss G? Welcome, well, welcome or welcome back. How are you doing, Miss G? Yeah, Miss G in the house. She's a G. Well, what's going on with you, Jen Twin? How is things with you? Still online? Who, me? you and me. I know. I'm teasing you. I know who this is. I know. I'm just teasing you. I know, right? Hold on. I'm gonna do a favor. I'm gonna do the return of favor here. I know exactly who this is. Yeah, because I had a scheduled live. I forgot to tell you. Let me put you on here. I'm gonna add you as a moderator, G and Twin. There you go. I know. Yeah, I know. I know it's all good. It's all good. You hooked me up. I know exactly who this is. Jen Twin. Yeah, it's all good. Now you can hear my voice. Because when I'm typing, you can't hear my voice. I would subscribe to you for this. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I would just. I mean, do your. I love your accent. I would subscribe to you for this. I. Yeah, that's all good though. I know exactly who this is, and I appreciate it. I will mod for you anytime. Not a problem though. I'm on for other people too when I'm not doing a live. But I had this one scheduled and things. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, now you can hear my voice. Yeah, you can hear my voice. Yeah, I want to say that I thank you for joining my channel. I like doing your accent. I love the Filipino accent. I do. I really do. Yeah, they want to say I love the when you join my channel. You know, yeah, I love it. I got friends that are actually some of them were born here, but they have family in the Philippines. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Jen Twin to the channel. Go ahead, Jen Twin. Yep, she goes by Miss G. Yep, I think it's pronounced as Gisette. Well, in any event, I'm just gonna say Miss G. Yep, yep. I support her on her lives as well. So I do like supporting people that lives are not as popular because we all have to support each other. Yep. So I know there's a lag here too. Probably is a lag a little bit, probably about a few seconds. But yeah, yeah. So I appreciate you coming on, Miss G. Yeah, she got a nice channel, ladies and gentlemen. You guys should follow her channel. She's nice. She's very nice and things. So she's very nice and sweet. Yes, Miss G. She said she was gonna watch my live. You didn't have to. I didn't want to interrupt what you got going on. But it's all good. It's all good. We support each other. Just call me Jen. Okay. I call you Jen. Jen for short. I would call you Jen for Jen short. I would not interrupt your life. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Jen, everybody. This is Jen in the house. Yeah, so, yeah, a lot of stuff is going on, Jen. Yeah, I promise I would not talk about the politics on your channel. I will not do it. I will not do it at all. I respect other people's channel because that's not the place. On my channel, I talk not just politics though, Jen. I talk about passport bros. I talk about men getting their passports and stuff because we are overran by uh, policies and things that have really messed up men and women, getting married in America and stuff like that. And I've been single all this time. I've been single and I've never been married. And there's a lot of reasons for it. I just don't feel comfortable, Jen. I don't. I don't feel comfortable with the marriage model here in America. Do you know what the marriage model here in America is? It's really really bad. We got a thing called alimony. We got a thing called child support. Uh, people don't stay in the marriage for long. I done heard a lot of men that I know that have their life ruined because of a bad marriage. It doesn't even get past 5 years. You'd be lucky to do 7. So the marriage laws in America for men is very bad, Jen. It's very, very bad. Just to let you know. I know you don't live in America, but I have to tell you, take my word for it. There's guys here that have lost their livelihood regards to a bad marriage. And it seems to be on the uprise for bad marriages. It's not good marriages, it's bad marriages, you know. The ones that are good are a small minority group. Because I'm not saying every marriage is bad, but when you have like TV and propaganda that says, and then what is it, cancel culture, Me Too movement, everybody is a pedo, everybody is a creep, everybody is this and that. It's really sad, you know. Um, and this is the kind of stuff, men, women good, men bad. This is, I shouldn't say pedo, but they say men good or men bad, women good. This is the I want to say the atmosphere that they have created and stuff like that. So there's a long story as to why it has gotten so bad in this country, but you can always hear from other men that talk about it. You know, men are having a hard time trying to find a wife, you know, to be married and things. So I tell them that they may, you know, and I'm not saying like you said, Jen, how you were saying about the Philippines, not because I know everybody over in the Philippines are not good either. I ran across some that are not good, you know, but um, it's better to go to the Philippines versus trying to date on the date chat, on these date chats, on these date, what are they called? Dating apps? Yeah, dating apps, which I have tried, and yeah, it's not good at all. No, you just be better off just flying to the Philippines and meeting people. And I know people that got family in the Philippines, so they told me whenever I'm ready, I can go. Jen says 50-50. Yeah, it is 50-50 though. I agree with you on that. Yeah, and 50-50 is, I would take 50-50 in your country versus in America, where I would say in America, trying to find a marriage minded woman that's not a gold digger or something else. Let me see. What would be the statistics on that? Uh, Let me see here. Oh, divorce. Oh man, it's bad. I would probably say, oh, if I were to guess, we may be looking at about maybe 10, 15%. I would say probably about 85, 90%. Yeah, 80, about 85, 90%, probably even lower than that for a man trying to find a good wife, a good woman in America. Yeah, I would probably say it's, you know, the numbers, statistics is not in the man's favor. It's not in America. It is definitely not, though. The numbers are low, in the teens, I want to say. It's in the teens. It's less than 20%, according to my opinion. You know what I mean? And a lot has to do with the man. Now, we got like, what is it? You got like, what's it? 10% of men in the world that earn a very high income. So they are not experiencing what the average of men in America are experiencing because they have options, as you know. So the more money that you have in some cases, the more date selection that you're gonna have, and the less money that you're generating in prestige, the less dating options that you're gonna have. It's just how it is. So men know this, right? We know this type of statistic. But other than that, though, yeah. So yeah, I talk about that too. Yeah, I talk about that, and yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this other situation here because we got a thing called the MAGA, which means Make America Great Again. This is what this really means, though, Jen. So I welcome you to the chat again. This is cool. We're MAGA when we talk about things that affect MAGA, and right now they're trying to break up MAGA. You know, how is Make America Great Again such a bad thing, right? But they have tried to make it a bad thing for us with MAGA. You know, Make America Great again, you know. So it's a slogan that yours truly, Donald J. Trump, created, and he's an excellent marketer, obviously, because everybody by now it's a household name with MAGA. He is celebrated all over the world, you know, and things. So yeah, so that's basically what I talk about. I talk about um, how where the country in a direction where it's going versus where it was going before. And where we were going before, it was getting really, really bad. That's why I was telling you in your live that when you look at America and stuff like that, we are heading in the right direction, thank God, versus before, where a lot of agendas were being pushed and how, like we call it woke agenda, right? This is an agenda that has been pushed to allow certain type of transgender and DEI and other type of agendas, critical race theory, all these particular cancel culture, safe space, political correctness. There's a few others out there too. So they were pushing all these agendas, Rainbow Coalition. They were pushing all these agendas, and unfortunately, with these agendas that we're pushing, it with the Democratic Party, it pushed it too far to the left, too far. When my family was raised as Democrats growing up, right? We all had because originally they were all for tolerance, they were all for love, they were all for at the time they were all for that as well as the blue collar worker, right? This is why you see factory workers, you have other type of people that voted. They sided with the left for those reasons before it started getting really weird. You know, when it started getting weird is when Obama came into office. Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, the great, we call him the great deceiver. The Messiah, the fallen Messiah. Messiah is what he's called. So with the fallen Messiah, Barack Obama, he was the Messiah. He was supposed to be the one that was supposed to bring on change in America. That was going to set the trend, set the tone for America being great again. But what he ended up doing is that he pushed another agenda, which was basically called what we call the woke agenda today. And this happened with the fallen Messiah, Barack Obama. So that's what ended up happening in regards to that. He was supposed to be the one that was supposed to make everything great with the change. Let's keep change, Hello, Chicago, Can I come down there? He was that guy, right? Everybody loved Obama, right? Everybody around the world loved Obama. He was the best speaker. He was a very polished speaker, and things like that. Kenyan background, European mother. So he had, at the time, we thought we had the best of the both worlds back in 2008 when he became president and stuff like that. So Barack Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, the great deceiver. I mean, the fallen angel. We call it the fallen Messiah. He was the one that's supposed to set the balance between and change the twins and stuff. Well, it sounds like a Star Wars episode, don't it? It really does, so. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming into the chat as well. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Say hello to Jen. This is her debut here on my live. I'm always on Jen's live all the time, you know. Yep. So everybody say hello to Jen if you can, or not. It's all good. Yep. So yeah. So that's basically what happened, Jen. Everybody heard of Barack Obama. Everybody has, right? He's a household name. Are you kidding me? Household name, But yeah. So that's what happened. He was the one that divided America up because before Obama ever took office, we had, I mean, it wasn't perfect. No country is perfect, right? But we didn't have all these strange woke type of agendas going on. I mean, LGBTQ, I have no problems with them. They had their own communities until they were weaponized, right? So when they got weaponized and then they started pushing all these other agendas, and they started pushing more and more rights. Because you got to keep in mind, the LGBTQ, they are a small community group. They're only 4%, and it's like that's the that's the percent that Obama weaponized and pushed. This is what divided America up. You got to tell the truth of what it really is, because again, he was a fallen messiah, and things though got corrupt to the dark side, and then he never changed around like Anakin Skywalker. I don't know if you watch Star Wars or not. Yeah, this is a geek moment. You had to take the light side or the dark side, right? And Obama had a choice before he became president. He was talked about all these great changes Obama was going to make and things when he became president. This is one of the reasons why he won the popular vote. He was a very popular guy, charismatic. Everybody loved Obama. But what ended up happening is that when he came on board, he chose the dark side, of the force. So Obama became Dark Obama, as we call the fallen Messiah. So this is why um, he's not very much liked anymore or welcome anymore. He's just been burnt as far as with the Democratic Party. And then you also have the Clintons too. Don't leave them out. You also have Bill and Hillary Clinton, and Hillary have done so much of things though. That whole Clinton Foundation that they set up in the '80s, ooh, it's pretty bad though. So I'm kind of putting some stuff on you right now that you may not be aware of and know about in this country. But in America, what make America great again. This was the slogan because our society things were going down. We were being kicked in the keister, meaning kicked in the behind, kicked in the buttocks, right? We were getting our what's kicked because they kept setting up more and more rules. You know what make America great, Jen? We have a thing called the Constitution, right? And it guaranteed the rights of the citizens, right? We're talking about all citizens, right? When you become a citizen of the United States, you are granted freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is what America was founded on originally, right? We had real freedom. Now we did. Now a lot of us that came into the world, we came in after when it was taken over. But before that, they had a better quality of life 200 years ago. They had a better quality of life than what we have right now, believe it or not, because they didn't pay taxes, and when you bought land on a house, you didn't never have to pay taxes. There was a lot of things. People were living off the land. They had fresh produce. They didn't have all these like chemicals. They didn't have all this pharmaceutical stuff. They had farms and stuff, farmlands and things. Boy, it's coming down, raining, isn't it? So you had all these type of things, right? That we could, our educational system. We were a young country in that particular time. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would say this: they still had a better quality of life than what we have today. We have been overran by a whole bunch of bureaucracy and things, and along with regulations and centralized government and taxes, taxes, taxes. Ask the average citizen in America, do they like paying taxes, right? And the answer is no. Majority of people are not happy paying taxes. Taxes is not a lawful thing. We have a thing called the Constitution, right? One of the greatest declaration. We have that too. We have the Bill of Rights. All these things grant us for me to be allowed to say what I'm saying right now under the freedom of speech. This is the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech. I did videos about this type of stuff. So this is what make America great. Obama, Clinton's, Biden, Harris, they did not like freedom of speech. They don't like the fact that people could be allowed to have a gun. We are allowed to have guns because we have the Second Amendment, right? This is what make it possible, right? This is the Second Amendment, right? We also have the third, right? Where again, where soldiers are not allowed to quarter, meaning they were not allowed to be. We weren't allowed to. Let's say we are allowed to decide if we want to have a soldiers to be in our homes or not, right? The Fourth Amendment, right? What is the Fourth Amendment? We know what that is. The Fourth Amendment means that we also cannot be legal. It protects us from legal search and seizure, right? And things of that nature. So without probable cause, no one can just come in your home unless if they have probable cause and a warrant from the judge, right? They can't. This is what protects us. This is what makes America so great. Once again, because we have these rights, not privileges, rights, versus other countries in the world where they don't have rights. They have privileges that the government has given them. So this is why we are. This is what make America still great because we still have what we call the Constitution. And this is why I talk about this and I'm trying to remind Americans that we still have rights, whether we all agree in this room or disagree, right? We still are governing under the Constitution. The government is the people. This is what we are. No matter if you're a Democrat, a moderate, or a conservative, at the same time, we are still all all governed under the umbrella that we call Constitution under the United States of America. So this is why I go hard like I do on these particular topics because I don't see a lot of content creators talk about this type of stuff. And what they're trying to do is they are trying to divide, make America great again. They're trying to divide that. You see what I'm saying? So this is as to why when Trump said that he is a constitutionalist, this is what he's referencing to. He's talking about the Constitution. I never heard Obama ever mention about the Constitution. I never heard Kamala Harris ever mention it, let alone on Biden. Clinton's never mentioned it. And there is a big reason for it. In fact, they are the ones that have undermined the Constitution, especially when Obama got in there. He undermined the Constitution big time. This is why American citizen rights were steady being stripped away. This is what made the country great, as I mentioned before, because we have a thing called the Constitution. This is what make America great. And not because of what somebody says, it's because of the Constitution. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. And this is why Benjamin Franklin said, if you can keep it, freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I know this is a concept that people outside of the United States never experience. They never experience that they could say whatever they want without being jailed, without being in prison, imprisonment, and so forth. That's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. This is what make America great. So I hold up America. I hold up the Constitution, and I try to do education, try to educate other people, and remind them by looking at the Bill of Rights. We have another thing called the three branches of government, right? Well, we have executive, legislative, and judicial. These are what we call three branches of government. It's a checks and balance, right? So whoever gets in the presidential seat, right? Because that's the highest seat in the land is being at the president executive level. And if you don't have, if see the thing about what make America great, let's just take a country, let's say China for instance, right? China and America. China don't have what America have. You know, we have the three branches of government, which I said before. You have the president and the executive level. You have the congressional people in Congress, that is legislative, and then you have judicial, which is basically your Supreme Court. So China don't have a system like that. This is why a person like Xi Jinping, which is the prime minister of China, as many of you may know, he can sit in there for eons. His rule do not come challenged. We have a thing called the three branches of government, right? So it prevents a president from making rules or going out here making laws without checking through Congress. The people are the government, and the people that are in the Congress, I would say Congress people, that is legislative, because those are the ones that make all the laws, right? The bills turn into laws, right? In at the legislative level. Now, if you take that away, you have what we call a dictatorship. It works all three checks and balance with each other. The judicial, right? Let's say if the congressional, or I should say the Congress people in legislative, right? Let's say if they wanted to get a bill passed, they have to go the judicial level, say whether it's legal or not. They are the ones that have the final say, making sure that what they're trying to pass into law is legal or not. But let's say if the system is corrupt and they're just right, which it is, this is why we're in the process of a correction right now, because the way that it was set up before under Obama, the fallen Messiah, the way it was set up before, it was just set up where he could write a lot of laws, which he did, and he wasn't the only one. He could put a lot of laws into order without running through Congress, without dealing with the people in Congress. This is one of the main reasons. So the question is, for many others, do y'all think that MAGA, right, is being trying to be broke up? Are they trying to break up MAGA, which means make America great again? Do you really think that they're this because of what Vivek Ramaswamy had to say? Because I read his post. I read what Vivek Ramaswamy had to say in X. I read it and I wasn't offended. That's the funny thing. There were people that was offended by it. I wasn't, because Verbeek did make us some good points, and I'm just going to summarize what he was saying, because, like he was saying before, in America there was a time where like people that were, we used to call them nerds, right? And the nerds were not really looked up on as being the most popular people, but they were smart though, right? And with the nerds, they got into STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. This is what a lot of nerds got into. And then after high school, college, they go on making like six-figure, seven-figure income earners. They are some of the smartest people in the world, you know? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, though. So I don't see what Verbeek was really saying that was negative about it. He was just saying how America, and make a long story short, they are not interested in producing people of that caliber. You know what I'm saying? In so many words. And I think, not that we can't do it, but that's really what the crux of it is. But going back, we have to, this technology, this AI stuff, Americans now are going to have to readapt, because we have to keep in mind, and this is another thing with the Obama, the fallen Messiah. What happened was when him, he was the one that started pushing the leftist agenda stuff, and they had these kids, instead of going into technology, they started going to other avenues. Your average kid now wants to be a content creator versus going into STEM, going into some type of skilled labor job. They all want to sit on the internet and be content creators. And everybody can't be content creators. But this is exactly what is happening. If you got children that want to be furries and Therians, this is an issue right here, right? People that can't identify what a man and a woman is and all this stuff. This is a problem. This is what have been brought on into our society. This is why, I mean, Verbeek, I absolutely 100% back up what Vivek Ramaswamy had to say. I really did. I really backed up what he had to say, and I put a post up in his response to what Vivek was really saying. I was not offended by it. We have to learn to take criticism. And I know a lot of people don't like criticism, but it's the truth. So we got to know American people today are not putting down, we're not producing a whole bunch of tech people. When you look around, the tech people are people from India. In fact, when you look you could, I redone this. I did this because I pick up a lot of people that are from India. Me being an Uber driver, right? I pick up a lot of people that are in the tech field, right? And the people that are in the tech field, a lot of them happen to be from India. They are like number one. You got other people in Asia, but most of the tech people are the people in India. This is basically what it is, you know. So that's the thing in regards to that. That is, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think they are. I mean, a lot of them come over here on work visas and stuff like that. That been around. But if the American people can't do the job, who do you have to go to? You got to go and reach out to other parts of the world to find your brightest and your best. And if your brightest and your best happen to be coming from India, China, somewhere, those are the people that you want to hire. So I don't see what Vivek Ramaswamy had to say that was wrong. I really don't. I made a post on it. I posted as in I approved his message is what I started off by saying, and then I gave my reasons as to why. Because we are not producing in America like we used to. You know, there's a lot of policies and agendas that was being pushed to undermine, to dumb down Americans, and it has been. It's a fact. We produce basketball folks and people in sports. We produce more so in that arena. And then you got people in the music industry. You got people in other type of industries that we are produced things. Look at the spelling bees. We have a thing called the spelling bee in America. The spelling bees are worn by people from India, not American people. Let's start telling the truth. We're not producing out spelling bee people in America. I mean, not to say that people from India are not American. I mean, they're first generation Indians, right? First generation, second generation, third generation. Those are the people that's winning the spelling bees. These spelling bees that are being put up more than most of the time, they're gonna be won by somebody from India. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? Right? They come from India over here to have a setup of life here in America. They high in their education. They also high when it comes down to families. They married over at 80 or 85% rate. So they have the family structure. We do not here in America. Not like how they have it. Asians and Indians have the highest marital rate in America alone. And the household median is very high. Let me see, if I were to recall, I think Asians is about 60, 70%, and the Indians is like 70, 80%. They actually are the top producing earning incomes here in America. If I'm correct, I think it's somewhere around those statistics. But the Indian household is the highest producing earners. The median is Indian families. This is what it is. He's not lying. Now he didn't go into the detail. Vervick didn't go into the detail of what I'm going right now. But if I had Vervick on this live right now, he'd say you're 100% correct. He knows the statistics, you know. So that's the thing about it. Vervick is a multi-billionaire, self-made, first-generation American. Let's go ahead and keep it, tell the truth about it, right? We're going to get mad about the facts, or we should be mad and angry about how we've been allowed to be led astray by pushing us away from technology and following these other silly pursuits that really don't matter very much. We are going into AI. A lot of the jobs are going to be replaced to AI. They got things, the AI can outthink human beings. This chat, GPT and all this stuff, you don't need people no more. You don't need secretaries to do all this stuff. You don't need English teachers. People are learning from AI right now. This is where the future is going. Right now. Right now. A lot of jobs are going to be lost to AI. We'll survive though. It just is what it is. Just another form of technology, right? We said the same thing when you used to have the man that had the horse and buggy, right? What replaced the man with the horse and buggy? It was called the automobile, right? What's we about to replace the man from the automobile driving? It's called AI, right? It's called automation, right? We'll still survive though, but it is what it is. As technology start to improve, that means less and less physical jobs out here, right? As well. Everything Vic was saying, I'm in 100% agreement in regards to that. Until Americans start getting back to what matters in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, it is going to be. It is what it is. It is what it is because we're American people. The ones that I see that are American are Indians and the Asians that are put that's in the science, technology, engineering, and math. He wasn't lying about that. Indian guys I know they were either engineers or doctors. Same thing with Asians, engineers and doctors. That's all it was, engineers and doctors. I'm just keeping it real. It is what it is. It is what it is. So so you got the MAGA people, right? They are upset because of what Vervick had to say, right? So the MAGA people are upset for what when Vervick posted that statement on X, they were upset about it. I just sat here and gave you the best detail that I could possibly can, how they shouldn't have been upset, and they should have accepted the truth instead of getting offended by it. Because, like I said before, I walk people down with their information as the receipts. Because, like I said before, the people, whoever is winning the spelling bees, we know these are Indian kids, more than likely first generation. American people that were born here as well, that happen to not be Indian. You got Indians that were born here. They are the ones that's winning all the spelling bees. They are the ones with the strong study and work ethics when it comes down to education. A lot of people from these other countries come over here to get to the education. Education is high in these other countries, right? This is where it is. And in order for Americans to compete, we have to get back to what matters. That's in order for us to compete, and that's all we're saying. It's not that we're going down now; we're going up. Now we got new leadership. We're going back up. We're going into the golden age, and we shouldn't be afraid to compete. Instead of making a bunch of excuses, we have to get out there and compete as well. This is why he said he wanted the best of the best and the brightest of the bright to be able to do it. Because right now, AI, everything is AI now. Everything, everything is going to be AI. It is what it is. It's not going away. It's not that technology is not going away. It's here to stay. Now that it has been released, it's like trying to squeeze a toothpaste out of a tube. You can't put the toothpaste back. It is what it is, you know. So on my live streams, this is the stuff that I talk about, right? And things like that, you know. I talk about stuff that not many content creators kind of touch on. In a way they do, but not really. I always tie it back into the Constitution. Versus with them, they don't bring it back to the Constitution. We have a piece of paper, founder and fathers that set this up. This is what I'm exercising my first constitutional, my First Amendment right, right? And that is freedom of speech, right? Freedom to us, we can, freedom of speech, freedom of a religion, right? And the freedom of the press, right? We don't need special credentials to be freedom of the press. Freedom of the press, as long as you're speaking the truth and printing it, there's an obligation, right? This is all on the First Amendment. This is what we have that a lot of other countries don't have. Plane flying overhead because I'm at the airport, obviously. But this is what it is. This is what it is. Now, if you ask me, since you guys are not chiming in on my question, that's okay. They're not going to break up MAGA. And MAGA is not just a fly by night movement. MAGA, make America great again. It's an idea, right? And with an idea that becomes a movement, which becomes unstoppable. Because now it has been embedded in the mind and thoughts of the people. Now that people can find that make America great again, that's what they're um, what is it vibrating on. Gotta get that little water. But yeah, that's what they're vibrating on. And as it starts to grow and grow, it won't. They can't break it up. They're trying to break it up, but they can't break it up. They're trying to use their bots and trying to get people to argue and fight amongst each other, and it's not working. On the left DM side, they have tried everything to try to keep this movement from being successful. And the reason why they don't want the MAGA movement to be successful because it would expose every lie that the Dems have set up about the MAGA group. This is why they don't like Doge, which means the Department of Government Efficiency. Ever since that was created, they hate it. You know why? Because it messes with the Congress people's money. And it shouldn't be about their money. It's our money that they're screwing over. Because everything, lawsuits from the government, everything falls back, the burden falls back on the people. That's what's wrong with this current system that's on its way out. Joe Biden is the worst president that we have ever had in American history. One of the worst. In fact, he is actually the worst in my opinion. And Kamala, which is his number two, DEI hire. This is why we don't believe in DEIs. We don't believe in diversity, equity, inclusion. We don't believe in that stuff. We don't believe in that because all the people that Joe Biden put in his cabinet were a DEI hire. This is why a lot of them are so incompetent. Even Corinne Jean Pierre, she's like the press secretary, right? Incompetent in regards to what she does. She got to look down on the script on everything. She's so discombobulated. And then they busted her recently trying to act like the president of the United States, or what is it, Biden. She just got busted recently, posing as the president. That's why I say this administration is garbage. They will not tell the truth of, it's obvious that the president is not capable of running the country. The question was always a question. And I should have put the title in there that says who running the country. That's what I should have said. I still may change it. Who is running the country? That's the bigger question. Who is running America? The people have a right to know. And they didn't impeach Biden at all. They had every opportunity to impeach this man. They did not. They did not do it. So the question is, really what the real question is, once again, who is running America? Because we already know that Joe Biden is not running America. He's incapable. They just got him up there as window dressing. They just busted Corinne Jean Pierre for posing. She was trying to type in something in a response, pretending to be Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? This is sad. Everybody should know by now. Biden ain't been responding to nobody. This is a guy you will very rarely see, even in his presidency. Kamala is not qualified as a vice president. She's the worst vice president in the U.S. history. She can't even speak. This is how bad it is, right? The American people demand and deserve better. Unfortunately, this administration is the worst. It's far worse than Obama, far worse than Clinton, far worse than Bush's. Bush Jr. did better than this, and he was an idiot. But he did better than she did. You know what I'm saying? You got to admit, he did better. They were teasing old Bush Jr., but he did better than she did. The worst fight VP for vice president in American history. Bad, man. Real bad. So, yeah, so this is the type of stuff, Miss G, that I talk about regards to the channel here. I do a lot about the Constitution as well. I do talk about other things, but just to let you know that this is the type of stuff I talk about. Because why? Because it's important. Because I can't just go by and I mean everybody else do what they do on their channels and their lives, and that's cool. They have every right to do it. This is what makes the Constitution the Constitution. They have the right to do that stuff. But I talk about more things that are affecting people today, especially in America, right? This is what I talk about. I talked about mass deportation as well. I talked about quite a few things. I talked about the Federal Reserve Bank. I talked about Constitution a lot. I talk about a lot of other things that's going on in the world, but mainly I talk about stuff in America. I even talk about how Canada will benefit being part of the United States instead of being Canada by themselves, because America has been subsidizing Canada $100 million a year to Canada. Canada, when they ship in their products, America giving Canada, Canadians, right, for the products that they ship back here to America with the tariffs and stuff. The tariff laws have been so unfair to American people, it's sickening. And this came under the Democrats, right? 16 years that they've been in office. Obama too. He's one of the main ones. Look at India, right? Do y'all realize that the president of India, or prime minister of India, right? He has been charging Americans 100% tariffs. 100%. Not 25, 100% tariffs, right? Just for our products to touch down in India, right? He charged Americans 100%. So you know what Trump said he was going to do? He said he was going to start charging India 100%. This is one of his latest ones that he said he was going to be doing. He's going to hit India up 100%. So by Trump understanding the tariffs as well, the tariff taxes for the importing, exporting, where he wants American companies to come back here to America and things where we could be able to produce and make made in America again, I think that's a beautiful thing. Made in America is a beautiful thing. Nothing wrong with it, right? And this is what's have to happen. Canada will benefit better from being part of the United States, as I said before. I got friends that are Canadian because those taxes over there in Canada are so high. I don't even like going to Canada anymore. It's too expensive. Even when I catch the rates on the duty, it's still too expensive. Anytime they want to charge you for a two-piece meal, which is Popeye's chicken in Canada, $13 for two pieces of chicken. Are you kidding me? You probably don't even get the biscuit. Two pieces of chicken in Canada, Ontario, right? For $13. Who heard of a thing? This is a travesty. Charge for a two-piece. Man, if I was Canadian, I'd be screaming and hollering every day. You know what I'm saying? So it would be more of a benefit for them joining on to the United States for real, and just go ahead on to be the 51st state. You know, and then whoever that's going to be the governor over there, because it sure ain't going to be Justin Trudeau, get him out of there, and then you can have somebody else in there acting as a governor. They could be the governor. Allow Canadians to be part of the United States. Over 60% of Canadians want to be part of the United States. I think like 65% of them. You will have more benefit being a better part of the United States than in as opposed to being up under the British crown. Because it ain't no benefit at all, though. You know, just showpiece. You know, high. Look at UK. UK is out of control. I said this before. Look at in the UK, all them taxes over there. Oh no, man, no. Mm-mm. Look at their immigration over there, man. Anybody and everybody can go over there. Look at what's going on. Look at what's going on in Germany. Look around in some of these places, though, right? They are hellholes today, man. It's a hellhole. I wouldn't want to be over there. I'd rather be in America. You know, a lot of people would rather be over in America right now. America is a place to be. You know, we got the good old Constitution, the red, white, and blue. You got freedom. You can say whatever you want to say. You can practice whatever your religion is. You could be Hindu. You could be Muslim. You could be Christian. Ain't no other nation in the world I know that you can practice your religion and be free and things like that. Don't you want to be free? Right? Don't you want to have freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness instead of worrying about the government telling you what you can't do, what you politics is not allowed. That's only when you're in a free society, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, damn near. You know what I mean? Instead of being told what you can and can't say. This is what about Make America Great. And I love the fact that the Pledge of Allegiance is going to be coming back to the American school system as well too, because I keep bringing this point up, right? You know, you know what I'm saying. This is exactly like this. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to which we are. It says to the which was it the republic, which we are under. Wait a moment, I got to get it right again. Pledge allegiance to the United States of America, um, to which we stand, one nation under God, right? So, to the republic of which it stand, one nation under God. Yeah, that's it. So that's what we used to do. We used to do the Pledge of Allegiance. See, we've been so far away from the Pledge of Allegiance that I damn near forgot. This is just something that the kids are going to be learning again because we destroyed woke. We took woke away. That's why you don't see rainbow flags flying up anymore, right? This is basically what it is. Even Disney, the mighty Disney, they were forced to have to change their policies. They're not promoting transgender anymore, right? Right? So this is basically what it is. They ain't nobody, they want to be, they can do that on their own, but they will not be funded. And no school will be funding any type of these ideologies because they will lose their funding. That's why. So now things are already being corrected right now. We already are going back to the way the good old United States, the way it's supposed to be. We have gotten a lot of transgender out of our military, which I'm happy about on that, because they don't belong there, you know? So if anything, we're gonna have men and proud women to be in the military and dress appropriately instead of all this other nonsense going on. And I can say that because we live in a free society. Yes, I do think it's nonsense. There's only two genders, one male and one female. One male and one female. If anybody asks me what is a woman, I can tell you. A woman is simply this. She doesn't have a male's genitals, which is a penis. She has a vagina. She she has a reproduction capabilities, right? She has breasts and hips, and sometimes, most of the time, she has long hair. Sometimes she may wear short hair. She is an emotional creature. Men, on the other hand, creature is more on logic. He has a male genitals down between his legs, right? This is exactly what it is. Anybody ask me what the difference of a what is a man or woman? I don't have no problem saying what a man and a woman is. It's only two genders. It's only two genders. That's exactly what it is. A man and another man, it's not allowed. It's not Adam and Steve, it's Adam and Eve. man can't produce with another man. Sorry, just can't do it. There's only two genders. Knock it off. Only two genders. And they're going to be going back and teaching this to the children once again. And many people are happy about this right now. Not sad. They're not upset. They're not complaining about, oh yeah, so and so, you know? So yeah, this is what it is. This is the type of stuff that I talk about, and I talk about other things as well. Because this is what's important. Our country was on the verge of collapsing due to these phony, false ideologies that they've been pushing onto the people. And we stopped it. We stopped it. We won. We stopped it. We stopped the woke crap stuff, all these genders. We stopped that nonsense. Talking about what I identify as. We don't want to hear nothing about binary, non-binary, what you identify with. It's only two genders or whatever. You're in your own walking space if you believe that. We will not fund any of these surgeries that these adults, and they were trying to push this stuff. They were trying to push this stuff on their children as well, which I definitely didn't agree with. Now, what adult men and women want to do, that's on them. But I don't see an outcry of women transitioning over to be men. There's more men transitioning over to be women. I didn't see this type of stuff opposite. You know why? Because most women enjoy being a woman. They ain't out here trying to be no man. It ain't easy being no man. You know what I'm saying? Being a man ain't easy. It's easier being a woman. Why you think these guys want to be a woman so bad? Society is geared for the women, which it should be. I mean, I'm just saying. That's why these guys are trying to do it. But they don't belong in the woman's bathroom. I keep saying that. We want them out of there, and we have gotten them out of there. They do not belong in the woman's bathroom. They belong to be in you know what I'm saying, with them. They don't belong in the woman's bathroom. You want to come in the men's bathroom? They don't want to go in the men's bathroom because the transgender men think they're gonna be attacked by the men. Men ain't gonna jump on nobody with no dress on or anything like that. You know, men ain't that darn bad. We would do that. But what would get you jumped on, at least by the women, when the man that think he's a woman want to go in a woman's bathroom. That's not cool at all, though. And I'm not going to sit up here and co-sign that nonsense either. We just want them to stay out of the women's bathrooms. Many women want these so-called transgender, I call them men because they are men. Ain't no transgender women. Those are men in women outfits. And I'll say it again. And I stand 10 toes down because I'm protected by my constitutional right to say this type of stuff. And I challenge anybody on it. And this is the attitude that we have to have because I understand the Constitution. You know, you're not going to take my rights away from me. We won. They lost. Now, it would be a difference if they won, but they didn't win. That's why we say, that's why God exists. God wouldn't even allow this to stand as law. He had to intervene, though. He gave us Trump. You know what I'm saying? We've been on the right course ever since. We on the right path, not the wrong path. On the right path, you know? The right path, not the wrong path. The wrong path is this woke agenda stuff. We on the right path now, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking good, good, good. We are winning. We are looking good. So they could try to break up the break up MAGA, but they're not going to be successful in it because already they've been trying to find ways of breaking up MAGA, and they can't do it. And as long as Doge is in existence, where we actually have Elon Musk that is fighting, and they can look and see where those bills that they're trying to pass, they can't pull the slick stuff no more. Since these politicians are too lazy or stupid to read those bills that they're trying to pass into laws, thank God for Doge. And everybody should be on their hands and knees rejoicing because That's what we hire these, not hire, but we elect these Congress people in Congress, the legislative, right? And they're supposed to be reading over this stuff. They're not reading no 1,500 page bill. None of them are doing this, right? They're not going to do this. All they're going to do is sign off on it. And that's what they have been doing in the past. They wait until the end of the year, then they produce the big, thick, may as well say about the size of a darn medical book, right down on the table for them to read. You think they're going to go through and read 1,500 pages? Nobody would. This is why, again, Doge was created again. Verbeek ran through that thing like it was nothing. Produced him a page and a half and said, this is what we want to push. Because he took the time to read through it. And you have to be diligent enough and care enough about the American people to make sure that you're not signing something or trying to pass some type of law that is unfair to the American people. And every law that they've been passing has been unfair to the American people. This is why we're in this space right now. And we're taking back America, and we're going to take it back one step at one day at a time. And we are winning. That's what I'm saying. We are winning, ladies and gentlemen. We are winning. That's all I have to say. We're not sitting up here losing. We're not over here sucking on sour grapes. We are winning. There's a lot to be happy about. There's a lot to be rejoicing. We're going to be getting the illegals out of here as well, too. Mass deportation than the world ever seen. I can't wait for that day to come and things, because look what they brought. This is also unconstitutional. I said this before. They passed another bill. They just passed a law. It wasn't even a bill. They just put in a law that they want to feel like they want to do. They legalized sanctuary cities across the United States in these particular cities. These bills, these laws never went into, it never asked, they never went through the people. It never went through the Congress. They just went on and signed and said, here it is, under the Biden administration. Biden and Harris, right? They just created sanctuary cities. And it wasn't ran through the people. This is unlawful. I know the Constitution. This is not constitutional. You can't sit up here, somebody say, because they wrote it in the law that legals can come in the country. No, it has to go through a process. If it doesn't go through our 3 levels of government, which are 3 branches of government, it is unlawful. And I'm here to say, this is unlawful. What they did with the legal immigration, this is totally unlawful. What else is unlawful? Well, Homeland Security is unlawful. It never ran through the people, through the Congress as well. That is unlawful, right? Now I'm going to touch on what I talked about earlier. These treasonous acts that people in Congress up to the president have been doing against the American people. This ain't for the American people. It's against the American people, because once again, it's unconstitutional. Homeland Security, unconstitutional. That was drafted after 9/11. It didn't run through the people. This is the problem, ladies and gentlemen, right? COVID, they put a lot of mandates, forcing people to get the jab. This is unconstitutional. You see what I'm saying? What is the purpose of having a 3 branches of government when they ain't doing the damn thing, right? The judicial system should have said to Congress or whoever that wrote or the president, no, you can't do that. This is illegal. It's against the Constitution. They have all taken the oath to sit in that seat. They all have taken the oath to the Constitution, and they have failed, ladies and gentlemen. They have failed. They have failed. They just like taking the oath don't mean SHIT to them. It doesn't. Because if it did, and if they cared about the people, then they would adhere to the Constitution. I'm telling you they did not. You know Obama didn't. You know Clinton didn't. You think that Clinton created NAFTA that benefited America? Why do you think that tariff laws are so unfair to America? He was the first one that was trying to bring America down to its knees, creating NAFTA. NAFTA is also unconstitutional. What he basically did, it didn't run through the people; it ran through him, and it got slick. It turned into law. That's not how things work. Obama did some slick stuff. Bush's did some slick stuff. That's why we call it the Uniparty. Outside of Trump, they all did some slick stuff when it came down to the Constitution. They were sworn to uphold the Constitution. What's the point of swearing on the Bible and putting your right hand up? You know, what's the point if you're not taking an oath? You're supposed to take an oath under, on the Bible about upholding the Constitution. It's our greatest paperwork that we actually have to govern a nation. We do it better than any other nation in the world. No other nation have a better constitution than we do. Everybody coming here. Everybody know America. We them boys here. We them boys. We are them boys here. Nobody talk about these other nations like that being great. Yeah, great to visit, but not great to say, hey, I want to retire there. And like I said before, when it come down to uh, these particular people that have broken all type of laws, that have committed treason against this nation, they should be arrested and should be executed. This is what you do to traitors. This is basically what's going on. This is why we in this situation now. These are traitors these are anti-Americans. These are the ones that were supposed to uphold the Constitution, and they failed. They did not do what they said they were going to do. They should have been impeached, and they should have been voted out. This is why I say before, the American people are the biggest to blame. We all are. We are the ones that have allowed this system to take root, and it's been destructive ever since. And that's why we're trying to correct it right now by saying, no, we're taking back America, right? We're taking back America for Americans, right? Because we all should be also very prideful on nationalism, because it's been a long time. America has been the doormat for every nation on the planet. Every nation we subsidize. We give them our taxpayer money to subsidize these countries. Look at Ukraine right now. All that money that Biden sent over to Ukraine, right? Look what's going on right now. They just pissing money away, right? You know what I'm saying? Aircraft flown of money in these other countries, right? This is what they've been doing. When Doge is there, Department of Government Efficiency, you're going to start to really see where this money has been going. Your beloveds that you've been voting for, you're going to find out how corrupt your beloveds are. Let alone Obama, the fallen Messiah, He's the one that, like I said earlier, that's the fallen Messiah. He was the one that's going to set balance between the Democrats and Republicans. He was the one that's supposed to have saved America. He was the one that they said, we say, make change and all this other kind of stuff. He was the one that was the Messiah, the deliverer, right? That's why I call him the fallen Messiah. He chose the dark side, like the Force with Luke Skywalker. He chose the dark side of the Force because he was supposed to bring balance to the Force. Obama was supposed to bring balance between the Republicans and the Democrats, and he didn't do that. He failed on the mission. He never intended to help America or make America great, Obama. He was the deceiver, right? And the fallen Messiah. So that's why he's always going to be referenced as the fallen Messiah, Obama, because he was the one supposed to bring balance between the Republicans and the Democrats to this nation. He was supposed to have healed this nation. And he could have been the best that ever done it, but he decided to go on the dark path. So that's why our nation is hurting. Had to come. It wasn't going to be him. He wasn't destined. Trump was the one that was destined. We thought it was Obama, but it wasn't. It was Trump, not Obama. Trump. Trump was the one that was going to be the one that's going to deliver us, not Obama. With the help of God too. So God is smiling down on Trump and smiling down on this country. You know what I'm saying? Obama could have done it, but he decided to go down the dark path. He went down the dark side of the force. And this is why I said, Luke, I am your father. If you only knew the power of the dark side of the force. So that's what Obama served Emperor Palpatine, you know. And Emperor Palpatine is George Soros, for people that don't know. George Soros, if you watch Star Wars, George Soros is Emperor Palpatine. Yeah. Hey Sherry, hey Sherry, how are you? They pissed a lot of money away paying. This is what Sherry says. They pissed a lot of money away paying the people that work on these unconstitutional branches, such as Homeland Security. You're absolutely right. This is exactly what it is. I always say Homeland Security, TSA, all this stuff going through. Everybody got so acclimated to being a slave, going through traveling, being searched, going through the metal detector. I went through there before, and I kept shaking my head. I said to myself, we the people allowed this to happen, Sherry. We all did. Anybody, we can't blame them. We got to blame us. And if the people ever were to unite on that, we can remove that. Because we can remove it on. Here's a stipulation that we can remove TSA and Homeland Security because it was never in the Constitution in the first place. It violates the Constitution. Sherry says my neighbor was one of them, and he was bragging about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was one of them. Yeah, this is the thing about it. And bragging about it. They brag about their ignorance. They brag about it, right? All these unconstitutional things have been set up, you know, and it really started with if we had to go back, um, the way what it ended up happening. I think it happened with the Bush. I think it was Bush Jr. that set it back up in 2001 when he took office. I think it was 2001 with Bush Jr. that have set us up under this, where they have given amounts of power to the executive branch, which is our presidency. This is one of the main reasons why. That's why you see Biden right now. He's just been writing all type. He's been able to do things that presidents in the past weren't allowed to do. But once again, people are ignorant to the Constitution and stuff like that. And this is the thing that's going on. They just writing laws, and it hasn't been passed through, hasn't been ran through Congress or whatever. And the stuff that been ran through Congress, they're not reading it. We already, all of us saw that. They're not reading this stuff. It's just saying, here you go, here you go. We just sign on it, sign this and that, sign this and that. Got to be good. We just signed through it. Nobody reading nothing today. Man, you know, this is really sad. But Sherry, we are looking real good. I would do my little chime, my little mystical thing for you, but I'm not in the studio, obviously, right? That's about the only time you don't get it. Yeah, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So I just been over here talking about this because they've really been trying to divide us as MAGA too, and it's not working. I see the dim bots on there. Yeah, it all good. Okay, yeah, thanks, Sherry. Yeah, so I see the dim bots on there that's writing and typing and posting how they're an angry MAGA person for what Vervick had to say. I'm over here complimenting Vervick for what he was saying because it's true. We are not producing people in the technology industry at all. We are not producing those type of people. And if we got to get these people from other countries, so be it. It's just how it is. They're over here on a work visa. they over here allowed to be over here on a work visa. They're not like no illegal immigrants. At least they have more of value being over here just as a work visa, possibly citizenship. This is what remember, which is what all of us wanted. We wanted if we're gonna have immigrants migrating over here to America, I say right pathway to citizenship, and then we also want their best. We're not getting their best, and we're just sending people over here and they're not being vetted. All these Americans are being killed. This is why Trump said as well. He wrote it in the law as well. Any American that is attacked, murdered, raped will be pretty much given a death penalty. This is what he's going to basically do on there. If any American that's being harmed by a non-American, it's on like Donkey Kong. It really is. And this is what it should have been. Obama had the opportunity to do this. He failed. Clinton, if we go further, right? Clinton, Obama, Bush Jr., right? And then we also have Obama. They all had the opportunity to do this stuff. Biden, too. All had the opportunity to set this stuff up. Any American that's being attacked, raped, murdered, even with this fool that set that woman on fire on the subway, he should have gotten a death penalty. A lot of them have been acquitted. A lot of them have been pardoned. Biden have been pardoning people that was on death row. We already heard the news and the stories of that as well. This is the type of society that we want? Or do we want a society that protects its own and also not only protect its own, but send a message to those that are not American that you just can't come over here or you just can't come over here and murder and everything like that. You know, any of these pro Hamas and all this other stuff. Listen, you come over here, you're over here on a student visa. You come over here protesting, you can lose your scholarship. You will be deported and you will be sent back home. And that's the way it should be. Because you didn't come over here to protest, you came over here to study, right? Don't throw away your scholarships for some type of political stance. You will not win. America is more powerful. I'm talking about these other nations that want to get slick and want to get up in here and rah-rah and pro-Hamas and all this other kind of stuff. You will be handled. Do not throw away your scholarship. You come over here, you take advantage of the educational system and to go through the process of becoming a citizen. We want your best and your brightest. We want people with education. We want people with degrees. We want people that's going to contribute to the society. This is what America wants, so we can be great again. There's nothing wrong with that at all. We do not want your filth or your worst or your lack of education and all this other stuff, because you're going to end up being on the system. That means there's another mouth trying to be fed. America has suffered long enough by not having people, right? Not supporting its own people. We have been up under other administrations. Biden's administration is the worst out of all of them. He have done very little, if not nothing at all, to help out the American people. And I'm going to say nothing at all. It's the truth. That's why there had to be a correction right now. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what I'm talking about. A correction, right? As long as we, as the American people, can have solidarity again, which I do believe, because right now things are already straightening it up. He's not been the president yet. Everything is starting to straighten up already. Things are falling in line. People are getting on the program, getting with the program, right? And exactly, because this is exactly what it is. Daddy is home. And Daddy is pissed right now, right? That's why, because when he left America, when Trump left America for Biden, right? He left America for Biden. All he had to do is seal the border. All he had to do is allow things to continue on. We were producing our own oil. The Keystone Pipeline was open. Drill, baby, drill. We were getting resources coming in. We were selling oil around the world. Money was coming in by the shit load. It really was majorly. That's what they would never talk about in the news media. What they will never talk about. Biden never stopped those tariffs from China. I forgot how much that Trump was hitting them up for, but that money is still coming in. Any importing good that's coming from China, they got to pay a tariff tax to that. You know what I'm saying? America is still bringing in money from China, believe it or not. Don't believe the hype, but it's true. America is still bringing in money from China. Biden did not stop that. In fact, the reason why Americans don't see it because their administration has been stealing it. They've been taking it. The Biden administration have been robbing the American people. That money could have done a lot of good in America. It could have created jobs, better infrastructures, business and technology, right? All these things that money from China could have been going betterment for the people in America. The reason that it haven't because it's been going straight to the syndicate, which is Biden and his crooked cronies, right? That's where that money has been going to, and we're gonna see it soon enough. Why it has, and also been going to Ukraine as well. This is why this is criminal. And if he wasn't been so damn old with dementia, his ass should have been locked up for the death penalty. But he's so old, the dementia got a hold of him, and that's how karma works. It wasn't enough to take his life, but it took his memory away from him. So by him being old, it just looked bad when you're locking old people up, right, with dementia, you know. But that's the thing about it. So, yeah, nasty Pelosi too. Nasty Pelosi, right? This is another one that should have been locked up for the things that she did, right? That fake January 6th insurrection stuff wasn't no real insurrection. 25 FBI agents caught guilty on camera can be identified posing as MAGA on that capital city for what they did. You know, trying to pose it off like that was an insurrection. Nancy held the National Guards. Trump was trying to call for the National Guards. She said, "Do not send in those guards," and they didn't. They wanted to make it look like Trump didn't send. She lied on Trump, said that Trump didn't send in the National Guards. And they even got her on audio, I do believe, about this stuff. But there's already proof on that as well too. The January 6ers are about to be released in pardon, and there is a $1 billion lawsuit against, against the government on this type of stuff. But you already know what's going to end up happening. We the people are going to end up paying for it. We always do. With their fuck up, guess who get the chance to pay for it? American people, right? This is criminal once again. We the American people paying for their fuck ups, right? This is what it is. If Nancy would have been so damn old, she should have been in prison a long time ago, you know? But it looks bad when you're locking old people up, especially an old woman, right? Nobody wants to see an old woman in prison, though. You know, that terrifies people. I don't blame them, you know what I'm saying? But could the broken hip that she had that fall, could that be karma? It sounds like it to me. You know what I'm saying? Could she possibly recover or not? Sounds like karma to me. I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss her. Dianne Feinstein that's not around no more. Could that be karma? Right? Because these people set up in this political seat for eons, made all this money off of the American people. The richest Democrats. I just did one earlier of how rich Democrats tell poor people that rich people are the problem as to why poor people are poor. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? The Democrats make it sound like they're the victims, And they want to say, well, the Republicans are the ones making all the money. But if you look at it, and a lot of Republicans are making a lot of money. But you look at the Democrats as well, they also are, what is it, benefiting. They also take advantage of the lobbyists. They also get paid, right, to be in that seat. They taking out millions and up dollars for them to be in the situation that they are today. They don't consider themselves a servant to the people. They consider themselves the rulers of American people, right? If we're going to tell the truth for what it really is, our rulers, right? They should have been impeached. You over here allowing Nancy Pelosi, 80 some odd years old, that have been in the seat for well over 40 years or more. This is outright criminal. That's why we have to put term limits on how long you can serve. There's no way Biden, 50 years, 47, 50 years to being a senator. Do you guys realize that a lot of these senators also have law degrees? And you realize that they make a lot of laws in legal needs for a reason and a purpose? You pretty much have to be a lawyer or a very smart person to be able to read through that stuff. That's why we got Elon. While they over here talking crap, Elon is a very, very intelligent man. He's one of the smartest men on the planet. Elon Musk. Way smarter than the media. Media is not, they can't even handle Trump. Trump is smarter than the average of them too. One of the smartest that ever done it on the planet. These are very highly intelligent people. You ain't dealing with chopped liver. Don't think because what he says makes him dumb. This guy actually made more millions now. I mean billions. Elon Musk, one of the top earner. More money than Bill Gates. More money than George Soros. He is the smartest, the brightest man up there sending rockets and stuff to the moon and all kind of stuff, you know? And they over here talking crap. That guy's intellect can't handle nobody like Elon Musk. Stop it. Can't deal with a person like Elon Musk. You never been around a person that was that intelligent. This guy is brilliant. And they over here talking stuff. That's the guy that you want to deal with being part of DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. You want a billionaire. Because what would it look like for him benefiting from it? They can't buy Elon off. What can you offer Elon? The guy is worth over $200 billion. What can you possibly offer Elon? Right? This is why they hate him so much. Elon is a bigger threat to the establishment than Trump is. Because it said we got one person we got to deal with. We got to deal with two billionaires. God dang. We can't offer this guy nothing. What can you offer Elon if you were trying to sell Elon out? How you going to do that? He got more money than George Soros. George Soros made a lot of these people in Congress. He made them. Mitch McConnell also benefited, made them. These guys were made. These guys self-made. Big difference. They didn't rely on Congress and stole money from the American people just to advance their position, right, in government. They didn't have to do that. Trump have always been an outsider, ladies and gentlemen. Trump have always been an outsider. And Elon too. Everybody else in Congress have always been on the inside. They needed the congressional seat. They needed to be part of the government, inner workings of the government, and take advantage of these incentives that the lobbyists give them. This is why, how in the hell can you be a politician and making millions of dollars? Something wrong with that. And the American people ain't saying shit about it because they don't understand the system and how it works. That's why you got to leave it up to people like myself to break it down and explain it to you a little bit. because it got to be mad as hell. You got to be outraged. You should be. How are you going to be outraged, right? Of these people in Congress being senators and being Congress people making billions and millions of dollars, man. How does that happen? Well, we already know why. Military industrial complex, pharmaceutical industrial complex. Those two right there is where a lot of them are making all this top earning money. Just off of those two. Do you realize people like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, right, hold the largest military defense contracts in the world? They making all the money. Those are the ones that buy our politicians. That's why we're in the situation. It had to take a billionaire to take down a billionaire. It ain't gonna be nobody that's under that pay scale. Talking about I'll never be bought. Shit. If y'all were in the same situation, it'd be very tough to say that you won't be bought. Because you ain't never seen that. None of us have ever seen that kind of money in our bank account before. It'll make you question some things, which is true. It really would. Because if it wasn't gonna be Obama, it was gonna be somebody else. I always believe that. If Obama would have never been a thing, it would have been somebody else. Obama, the fallen Messiah, the great deceiver. Excuse me. That's his title. Drinking too much water. That's his title. Right? This is exactly what it is. Clinton's had a law degree. They come out of Arkansas. They making all these $1 billion now, these big deals, Epstein Island, the Clinton Foundation, all this other stuff. Sherry says, yes, it is his title. Yep, it sure is. Obama, the fallen messiah and the great deceiver. Yep. Because Obama had an opportunity. And I keep saying about him because Obama is the one that separated us here in America. When he started, he was the one that drafted up he passed that law with the same-sex marriages. He was the one that signed off on and said it was okay for a man and woman to marry. That's what we was on the verge of going down, just like in Revelations in the Bible, right? This was the precipice of what was going to happen. Obama was the one, right? The great deceiver and the fallen messiah, Obama. Hussein Obama, right? Like I mentioned before, George Soros is Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine. He is the insidious hidden figure that hides behind a lot of these politicians and stuff. He's the one that corrupts them to the dark side of the force by money and prestige is what they've been promised. I'll make you famous if you follow my lead and do as I say. How does Senator Palpatine say it? Yeah, young Skywalker, if you follow my lead and do what I say, I can make you more powerful than you ever been before. That's exactly what's going on. It's just a rehearsed movie. Now, obviously, I'm a big Star Wars fan, right? For those that don't understand that reference, yeah, you got to be a Star Wars fan to understand what's going on. Yep, the whole story is about good and evil. Which side are you going to pick? Obama, Hussein Obama, the fallen messiah and the great deceiver, he was the one that picked the dark side of the force. Sherry said it literally took me for a loop when Obama won that election. Yeah, I know, right? I never voted for him, but I already knew that he was on some BS anyway. But if you were back then, you remember Sherry 2008, if you ever were to talk bad about Obama, heaven forbid, though, Obama was like the second coming. He was almost as popular as Jesus Christ. He was a superstar. Talking about Jesus Christ superstar, it was Obama superstar, right? They held Obama up in high esteem. He was the one that's going to restore the balance between good and evil. He was the one that said that we're going to do change. Yeah, we're here for change. Hello, Chicago. I want to welcome you To Chicago, yeah. He was the one that promised America that he was gonna make America change and keep and all this other kind of stuff. Obama, Hussein Obama, the great deceiver, right, and the fallen Messiah. That's it. That is his title from now on in. That's why when I say Obama, I gotta say the great deceiver and the fallen Messiah to go right along with it. You just can't say Barack Obama. You got to say the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? You really do. I mean, it's more impactful that way. That's why he's like mud today. He's upset that he doesn't have the popularity that Trump has not right now. You know, Sherry says, I did a way I couldn't even listen to him. He said, every other word in every speech. Yeah, that's why you look at his BS speeches now. It's a bunch of garbage. I think there might have been playwrights or not playwrights, but what's it, perjury off of other people's stuff, probably. I'm gonna have to investigate that one. I wouldn't doubt it if it is or not, but I know that what's the name, Harris, Kamala Harris, definitely took a lot of Obama speeches and tried to redo it, but she just didn't have the intellect. She didn't have the capability of being in the. That's what you get for. That's what we get. That's what they get, I should say, for allowing a DEI hire as a vice president. It doesn't get no lower than that. A damn idiot in the White House. Everything she had to run through Obama. Obama wrote her speeches, tried to coach her on what to say. All that failed. Wearing these wireless Bluetooth ear devices and everything just to be coached what to say. You know what I'm saying? She's just an empty vessel. You know. And then you got Obama once again though, the arch rival. What is it? Yeah. Sherry says she didn't have any credentials for that job. She did not. And one can say we can go even further. Even it's even questionable about if she even passed that exam on her own, which I really think. I think that that bar exam though, Willie Brown had a lot of pull because he had an attorney background. He knew how to pass that exam. If he didn't take it himself, he probably had somebody to take it for her, pull some strings to allow her to pass the bar exam. Yeah, don't really mean much. DEI all the way. All she had to do was go downtown Willie Brown. That was the only thing in return. This is disrespectful for women. The one that wanted to try to say that she was a strong black woman. She wasn't a black woman at all. You know what I'm saying? Anybody out that Obama camp is no good. Biden, all of them out of that Obama camp. You know? Yep. Yep. This is exactly what it is. Yep. The fallen Messiah. Yep. This is exactly what it is, though. So, yeah. But they're not going to be successful, Sherry, breaking up MAGA. Sherry says, word salad at its best. It sure is. Just word salad. Just don't have an original thought of her own. You know, even what she had going on, it still didn't make women bad and overall though, because women are smarter than that though. And what I'm saying, she just made herself look foolish. You know, she really did. We're gonna supposed to sit up in here and give this woman a pass. Pass for what? A DEI hire for what? You know, I'm so glad that we have gotten rid of DEI hire. Critical race theory is gone. Transgender ideologies are gone. Political correctness is gone. What's the other one? All this safe space. What's the other? Cancel culture. Me Too movement. All this stuff is gone. We're gonna get rid of all this stuff to go back to the way things are supposed to be, and people are happy about it now. We're about to we're already headed towards the golden age, and when Trump is successful in getting rid of the Federal Reserve Bank, getting rid of the taxes and everything like that, This is another thing they created because it never been ran through the people. This thing called the Federal Reserve Bank should never been there. Should not have ever been there. You know, it really should not have. But once again, people fell asleep, and they got more laws in this country than ever before, which we're in the process of breaking them now, getting rid of them. Government needs to be shrunk down by 80%, and um, I believe personally that Elon Musk can get it done. I mean, for what I done already heard, Sherry, that he already saved $1 trillion already because he's looking at the finances. He knows what to look for. He knows where the hemorrhaging is. All these countless spending and stuff. He just posted it up on X for people to see. He did the same thing with when he got a hold of Twitter, showed everybody what Twitter was up to and things like that. All of the information, all of the receipts was there. So therefore, people ain't got to say, "Oh, Elon just making it up." Nope, he posted there for everybody to see. Because again, what can you tell a billionaire they got everything? What can what can you do to him selling out? What can you do? Sherry said he doesn't. Okay, he does. He isn't afraid to share. No, he's not. Elon is not afraid to share, and that's what makes this whole thing very special. The world is seeing and looking when it's posted on X. That's why they've been trying to, censorship so bad. The greatest fear with this phony shadow government that we are under is Doge. That is their worst nightmare. The Department of Government Efficiency. They hate it and they hate Elon with the passion. They've been trying to break up him and Donald Trump, try to break up their friendship. That ain't work. Because even Trump even said, I remember when he gave the speech before him and Elon became best friends, and he said that we are smart people, are innovators. Nobody has done it better than Elon that I can think of right now. In our 21st century, I haven't seen too many people do it better than Elon. Elon, is a phenomenal. Trump recognized it, and that's what great leaders recognize: talent. They play on their strengths, right? And that's what Elon has. He has the mind, he has the intellect, and he enjoys doing it. He's going down through the forensics, looking at these the money's where the money is going. I haven't heard Elon once talking about he wanted to be president. It'd be impossible for him to be president anyway, because it's against the Constitution. But what he's going to do, and what he has been doing, is going through there, looking at where this money has been spent. And we already know that the government, which is not by the people, is by themselves. They are the ones that's been out here spending all the money. That's why we have um, an unlimited amount of spending. It's government spending that has been going on, and the government does not print the money. A private institution prints the money, and that's called the Federal Reserve. Yep. So this is what's going on right now and things. So yeah, just talking on it and touching on this stuff because this is the type of stuff that we really should be talking about and understanding and things. But yeah, this is exactly what it is. So yeah, but other than that, though, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The great deceiver and the fallen messiah is Barack Hussein Obama. You know, yeah, it just has a nice ring to it, right? The great deceiver and the fallen messiah. Yeah, it sure does, though. Yeah, that's why I stay on him and talk about him on every opportunity I can. The great deceiver and the fallen messiah, which is Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, he was the one, once again, that was supposed to set balance between good and evil. Is Obama, just like that Star Wars thing, though, the movie. Yep, and George Soros is Senator Palpatine, you know. That's exactly who it is, you know. Sherry says even the Amish community says that that about Obama. Oh yeah, they call him the fallen Messiah and the great deceiver. Yeah, if the Amish community said it, a lot of people around the world are saying it. He has disgraced himself tremendously because they all know that he lied and he was all. I believe he was already been seduced. It wasn't something that just happened, Sherry. I think that he was playing a role, Obama, but he was already been seduced. Obama's stepfather, his name is Lolo Centauros. Obama, Hussein Obama, they changed his name to Barry Santoro. Lolo was his stepfather. His mother remarried, so the stepfather to Obama was Lolo. Lolo's Lolo Centoro. Sherry says, "I knew that before he was elected." Exactly. You can see those sinister eyes. It seemed like he has a profile of of a sociopath and things like that. So sociopaths do not care. They do not have no remorse, no type of kind or caring about people. It's empty vessel. And that's what you see in Obama when you look in his eyes. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The fallen Messiah and the great deceiver, you know? Exactly. Like Satan, he was a fallen Messiah. He fell from the heavens, and it sounded like a big what they said, like a lightning bolt when it hit when Lucifer fell out of heaven when he disobeyed God's law and everything like that. That's Obama and things, a fallen Messiah, you know, because he failed in things like that. And Obama now is not Obama, the one that could have been great. You know, he is the opposite of what God's law is. Yeah, so Obama, Hussein Obama, the fallen Messiah, you know, and the great deceiver, you know. Yep, exactly. Yeah, got to stay on Obama now because he's very important in regards to he had for him he have really have messed up and have taken a lot of rights away from the people. Obama Hussein, Barack Hussein Obama, the fallen Messiah and the great deceiver. Yeah, he was the one that have put us on this course. He was the one that separated the people. So that's what Satan does. He divides people and things like that. He never intended for America to be healed again. He was going to change us. He was the one with the gender. There was a whole list of things that he wanted to do, and then they were going to normalize pedophilia. That they're going to do that next. That's exactly what they were going to bring in. They were going to bring this one in as well too. This was going to be the last attempt, and I'm so glad that we stopped them. Sherry says when he made it legal for same-sex marriages, I felt as if a nation um, we were doomed. Exactly, exactly. And I'm so glad right now that the people fought. The people raised up, Sherry. They were the ones that says, nay, we did not agree to this. We are not going for the same-sex marriages. We are not going for woman could be a man and all this other stuff. A man could be a woman. We were the ones that says no for men being in the women's restrooms. We were the ones that said no, we don't want to see men in women's sports. I'm so glad that that nonsense is over with. We are tired of seeing men knock women upside the head in these sports. Like that one woman in the Olympics gave her permanent brain damage. She said she'd never been hit that hard in her life. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, these are things that women, like we got to have some type of common sense. There's things that obviously they try to make it sound gender neutral. Are you kidding me? There's no way in the world a woman gonna have a match of strength with a man. Are you kidding me? Nobody wants to see that. I talked about this before. I'm so happy for this that we have gone away from this so-called political correctness, and it's about being common sense and decency that has been restored to the land. Oh yeah, actually, the, the Messiah type will be um, Donald Trump. He was the one that's now that God is smiling down on and things. Jesus is smiling down on Donald J. Trump and stuff, and this nation is starting to heal. You know, because other than that, Hussein Obama, he was not the one. He was the we already know, the great deceiver and the fallen Messiah. So that's the thing about it. Yeah, I'm so happy that we have somebody in real leadership that's going to get this country back together, and we're going to close down that border, mass deportation than the world ever seen, drill baby drill, and also along with drill baby drill, the tariff laws are going to be put in effect as well. We're going to be producing once again. Um, what I say, stability will be restored, as well as sanctuary cities will go away, and we're going to also be able to deal with the homeless. We're going to be dealing with I think it was the Prop 39 that I talked about already, that they already passed in California. So therefore, they would no longer be doing any of these smash and grab and anything. And the military also, Sherry, as you know by now, the military is going to be deployed in New Mexico. The military is going over there to take out who? The cartel. Their trip is going to be. They can do that as well as deal with this illegal immigration simultaneously. That's what people don't realize. This is going to be a hunt for the cartel. They're going to not only neutralize, but they're going to destroy the cartel in Mexico. They already are gearing up, and the planes, the equipment is going to be touching down. They're going to be parachuting down those Hummers and those tanks that's going to be coming down there. They're going to take out the cartel once and for all. Trump said he's going to obliviate the deep state as well as the cartel. That's going to happen on his watch, and American people voted for this. We all should be proud of ourselves because we did the right thing. Because if they had the leverage, they were going to do to us what we're going to do to them. Exactly. This is a spiritual war between good and evil, and that's exactly what it is. You know, so I'm so glad that we have toppled the Obama regime. Obama Hussein Obama. The great deceiver and the fallen Messiah. Yeah, I'm glad about that. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, we are looking really, really good now. Um, we still got a lot of work to do because we still got to stay vigilant. We all got to be prayed up. We got to, keep me in your prayers as well and things. All of us got to be prayed up so that way this nation can go back to healing itself again. We can't do it without God's permission. But one thing for sure, I think we're in the right direction now of going back to the way things were because we were never supposed to be this bad. We're pretty soon you're gonna have me. They were trying to push it where men would be okay to lay down with children. You don't want that. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see any of that type of stuff. We had to stop it. We had to get intervene. We have to intervene. And they're upset that that didn't happen. This is why right now Satan is over here just jumping up and down, screaming and hollering. My plan almost worked. I almost had him, but I'm gonna wait again. And that's the thing about it. Evil never sleeps. He's gonna look for another opportunity. He's gonna wait. He's gonna sit and wait and wait and wait until an opportunity happens. This is why people gotta stay vigilant. We may have won the war or won the battle, but we still haven't won the war yet. This is an ever ongoing thing. You think that you're gonna ever conquer and destroy evil? No. This is the thing that always is gonna be around. Evil is it's like good. One up, one down. There's always gonna be contrast. The universe that we live in is always contrast. It's just not just good and no evil. It won't be no evil temporarily, but it will raise its head again. This is what it is. We live in this type of universe with contrast, up and down, left and right, good and evil. That's exactly what it is. We can temporarily get rid of the evilness, but to completely destroy it, no. We won't be able to completely destroy it, but we can stop it. and we got to continue stopping it. Just like they gonna continue doing what they do best, is to lie, cheat, steal, and murder. You know, this is exactly what it is, though. You know, so that's why I stay on Obama because he was the one, once again, that pushed the same-sex marriages and everything. Obama, the great deceiver and the fallen messiah. You know, exactly. You know, that's exactly what it is. That's why we're in this situation right now. The great deceiver and the fallen messiah, Barack Hussein Obama. You know, now he's like mud right now. Nobody, the demon and Dems don't even want to deal with him no more. You know, so they're looking for the next messiah in the Democratic Party. That's what they're looking for right now. You know, so um, Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb, he ain't gonna be able to get it done. Mm-mm. Yeah, because everybody can look and see how he did California. He ain't got nothing coming, you know. And then I happen to be here in Michigan, though, so Gretchen Whitmer, you know, that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's just as bad. You already know it, Sherry. You know. Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer, she ain't no good either. You know. But yeah, just wanted to talk about that though, and yeah, the last time I made a live, Sherry, has been a week ago, on the 25th of December. You know. Hope you had a really great Passover and things like that. So that's cool. Yeah, talking about that and what else? Let's see, what else I wanted to say of importance. Oh yeah, I talked about all the politicians, the ones that made all their money. These are rich billionaires and millionaires that are politicians. And on the Democrat side, I find it to be very ironic of rich elites, Democrat elites, that sit back and tell poor people that rich people are the problem, or rich Republicans are the problem as to why they are poor. Isn't that funny? This is the most hilarious thing ever. And it's like, if you looked at them from all the way back from the Kennedys, you know, you look at them, the Rockefellers, right? They all had money. These were elites. Sherry says, this spiritual war is far from over. The Pope did something terrible. What did the Pope do? And things. Maybe I may know, but I'm still curious to know what the Pope did. Yeah, the Pope. What did the Pope do, Sherry, that was so terrible? Yeah, the Pope. Yeah, you can tell me what the Pope did. Yeah, because I agree with you on that. That this is a spiritual war and it's far from over. Yeah, that's why we got to stay prayed up. We allow it to the law. We're gonna leave it up to the law to deal with it at the legal level. Sherry says I can't even get into it. Okay, it is really that bad, and I don't want to give it power. Got you. Yep, I got you. I'll read up somewhere about it and find out what it is. I shouldn't be surprised about whatever the Pope did. I shouldn't be shocked and surprised about it. Nobody should, right? Nobody should. What is what? I'm, was he found over there at Epstein Island or somewhere? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be. You can find out. Oh yeah, I'm sure I can though, Sherry. You know, when I get a chance, I ain't gonna grill you about it. I'll look at it in my own leisure and see what the Pope has been up to. You know, this is a man that called himself a man of the cloth, right? He's supposed to be for many people, right? Yep, the Pope. Yep. Yeah, man, this is something else. Yeah, I'm sure I can find out about it though, Sherry. Yeah, I'm sure I can find out. Sherry says No, he opened the door to darkness on the 25th of December. Oh yeah, yeah. He opened the door. You know, did I read something about that? I think I did though, Sherry. Wait a moment. Yeah, there was some type of what's this door to what's this about some entities, Sherry? Is it the entities that when he opened that door, he released some type of demonic, more than just one? Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, because they had that on X. I was reading something about that yesterday. Yep, I got you now, though, Sherry. That's why these people are finding out, you know? Because that's what in the last days, this is exactly what's going on, though, you know? They want to release the demons, they want to release hell onto the planet right now. You know, this is exactly what it is. We all have felt it in the ether that something hasn't been right. Sherry says, these will be the times before the flood of Noah, before too long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly, Sherry. Exactly. Yeah. This is something else, boy, I tell you. But stuff has already been prophesized before. Sherry says, but we know how the story ends. Exactly. Yep, we definitely know how the story ends. You know, you ain't got to read the whole book to understand what the ending of the story is. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? That is for sure. Yep. But you get more on a positive, on more of a positive plane. There is, yeah. So good things are gonna be coming for right now. And things. So even though they're plotting and they're hiding and making sure that we're making sure that prosperity is going to be coming back, the economy is going to be coming back, Sherry. We're going to be living in like the houses and everything. Everything is going to be better than it is now. John says, "Hello, Sherry and Tony. Hey, John, welcome back again, man. Yeah, how you been? And what we got John back in the house, and we got Sherry. I would give your bum 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 bum, and then Sherry with the glitter thing, you know. Sherry says our prayers are being answered. I would definitely agree with you though, Sherry. Our prayers are being answered. That we have been sent a Savior to do the work for man. Why being on this plane right now for us to get us time to get ourselves together. Sherry says, "Hello, John." Yep, dear John. Mm-hmm. Like that Dear John letter. I used to watch the TV show back in the days, Dear John. Yep. Yep. Judge, what's his name? Judge Hirsch. Not Judge, but Judd Hirsch or something like that. Guy from Taxi. Is he still alive? Uh, yeah, Judd Hirsch. Judge Judd Hirsch, I think it is. The guy from Taxi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, yeah, Judd Hirsch or something. I think it is. John Hirsch. That's what it was. Was it John Hirsch or Judd Hirsch? I have no idea. Okay, yeah. Taxi been around since like the early 80s. If I were to pull it up, see, that's the thing. When I don't have my main computer, yep, I reference that to that TV show called Dear John. But he played in that too, you know? Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, but other than that though, Yeah, I still been hammering out another live though, you know. But yeah, my other live that I did on the 25th, I had a problem with the audio. I was hearing the music, but I would say probably about, what was it, half an hour, 35 minutes, 40 minutes of the show with just nothing but the music playing. So by the time I started hearing myself, so I'm gonna go and erase that one, and then I'm gonna redo it and stuff. So, because that one, yeah, I messed up a part of the audio, even though I was talking, but nobody, it wasn't recorded. So that's therefore none of you guys were able to hear it. But my friend, um, Dwight that came on, I was able to hear him on the second half and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. Learning curve, though, I tell you, with technology, learning curve. Learning curve. Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, though, yeah. hmm Learning curve. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing about it, though. I tell you, you know. But I don't know how did that happen. Well, I know why. I found out what I did wrong. I didn't put myself up on the stage, and that's why you guys couldn't hear me on that first half of it. You know. So yeah, yeah, Sherry. I know you were probably out there celebrating Passover, and it was all good. It was okay. Yeah. Yep. So you know. Yeah, but other than that, though, yeah, just yeah, we are starting to go towards things that are positive and things like that. Things are looking good with the MAGA movement. They're trying to break us up, but then it's not going to work. Mm-mm. It's not going to work. They're trying to get rid of Doge. They want to get rid of Elon. You know, they're doing a lot of things, but it simply is not going to work. No. Yep. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Yep. Not going to work, ladies and gentlemen. No, sir. Nope, it will not. We will be the victors. We will triumph once again, you know. Yep. God is going to have the ultimate say so in things, you know. So that's why I say we are looking good. We are looking great. And that's all I got to say, you know, in regards to it. Yeah. We are looking good and looking great. Yeah. Laid back Sunday today. Yeah. But it looked like I had a little traction in here for a little bit. Some people came into the room, probably just curious to find out what I was talking about, you know. Yeah. I invited another friend in. She came over because I go to her lives too and things. So she wanted to be referred to as G instead of Miss G, you know. I said, okay, that's cool. Yeah. That's exactly correct. Yeah. But other than that, though, guys, yeah, I'm just over here and things like this here at the airport. I gotta make a phone call and things. I gotta see what's going on for later today. Trying to make this money though. It's a little slow though. Still in this holiday stuff right now. Still slow. But I appreciate you guys for coming on though. You guys been great. I appreciate you and things. Yeah, I've talked a lot about yeah, what's going on once again, and we are excelling. We are winning. Yep, and to make America great again. Yep, we on the way. So I appreciate you guys and stuff for showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you both. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to see here what else did I think I covered everything in regards to what I have to say. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA is winning. Make America Great Again. 2025 as we go into the new year. It's a beautiful thing. Going back on the Constitution, we're going to start seeing the money being put back on the gold. You know, the gold thing. Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. The standard. Sherry says, yes, we were. Yes, we are. Thank you. Shalom. Shalom to you as well, Sherry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. John, I appreciate you for coming on once again, man, as well. And yeah, I'm gonna try to have some other guests on the show as well, talking about the things though, because everybody that I've been talking to that I know are the MAGA people right now. Now I could put some people on the left, which is fine, which one day I will do that. So, you know, that would therefore get a difference of opinion on some stuff. But other than that, I thank you guys for rocking out with me, listening to me today. Once again, thank you for being part of Some Random Guy Speaks. You know, I am your host once again, Tony G. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. All right. And you guys have a wonderful day. Peace. And you too, John. Thank you.